Hello YouTube, this is Super Apple Forever again. Hope everybody's doing okay. Today I'm going to be unboxing my new used PS3, the fat version. It's been a while, so hopefully we can get into this video and take a look at what we have here. This PS3 is going to be just like that one, the fat version. And what happened with this one here is it got the yellow light of death because of I guess it's the thermal paste they use, and it clumps up because it's cheap. I didn't bring any scissors with me, and I just got black paint all over my hands. But either way, I tried to fix it myself, and I think I must have messed something up or didn't do it correctly because it is not coming back on now. When I try to turn it on, it's doing the whole yellow light of death thing again. So it's either I didn't fix the problem or I did it incorrectly. So instead of continuing to mess with it, I thought I'd buy another one. I won this on eBay for about 138 or something. My max bid was like 160. So I was looking at some from Rancho Cucamonga in California from a guy that resolders them, I assume. He wanted 270. And I was thinking about that, but I saw this one and I thought, well, I'll give this one a try, and if it doesn't work, then I'll buy one of his that he takes apart and I guess redoes. And he's called like the PS3 guy or something. Anyway, this one and this one, hopefully I'm pretty sure I bought the same thing. They're going to be both the backwards compatible ones, so that not only to play PS3 games, play PS2 games, which is, I love PS2 games. I have a huge collection of them, so I want to be playing those as well. And it's cool to do that through one system. I did get a PS4 a couple weeks ago. Really enjoying that, even though I still have like a gaming laptop, but I thought I'd, do the whole console thing as well. Hadn't been playing games in so long. But you can see here, I don't want to get paint on it, even though it doesn't work. I'm going to sell it for parts. These are very sought after because of their backwards compatibility. And these have native hardware backwards compatibility compared to some of the newer versions that only had the software compatibility, which probably isn't as good. I know it doesn't support all games. But these are very special because if you open this up here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is the same camera I've been using for years, but it's got the Memory Stick Pro for the PSP and Sony cameras and stuff like that, proprietary to Sony. I'm sure you can't see that, and I apologize, but SD card, micro SD, with an adapter, and then compact flash, which is ancient, but very cool to have on here. This is a touch that you don't see on the PS4, and you didn't see on any of the PS3s after about 2 years after their release, because they kept using this model, this fat model, but they decided to get rid of there's 4 USB ports here, and again, I know you can't see that, but there's 4 USB ports, and the newer ones of the fat models only have 2 USB ports, and that's the one I had when I got my first PS3, like in 2008. And then when GTA 5 came out, like in 2013, I absolutely had to play it, of course, and so I went out, and I had sold my original one a long time ago, so I went out and I bought this from GameStop, this one right here, and I don't remember how much I paid for it. It was like 17 at the time, but I got it. I got GTA 5 and I had a blast with it. Not only, but I didn't realize how great the graphics could be from that game after playing it on the PC and going back and playing it on the PS4. So it's pretty cool. This, obviously you can see here, the packaging is totally messed up. That's how I got it from the post office. It came from New York, so I'm in Texas. Came quite a way. But yeah, they obviously threw it and didn't take care of it, so that's to be expected from the post service though, but hopefully it's not damaged. Hopefully the hard drive's not cracked or anything like that, or anything else for that matter. So we'll go ahead and see what's in here now, and I just want to make sure you guys have a good view here. It's been so long since I made a video. If any of you guys watched my old videos, let me know if you're still subscribed and you're still watching. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get all this paper over here, and I might as well just open this box up so y'all can see it better, since it's already so ruined. So right here, looks like I got just a regular power PC cable, which is I'll use another one. This here is the regular USB to mini USB. PS4 has micro USB, and then of course the newest thing is USB Type-C. Something is loose in there compared to this one that I already had with me. I'm not sure why that's going on, but I got more of those. Oh wow, I'm gonna drop something here. Let's see what we have here. So the controller. See if this isn't a 6-axis or a DualShock 3. When these launched, they didn't come with the vibration function, which is insane because I love vibration. I know a lot of people don't, but I really enjoy it. Yeah, this is a 6-axis. I think it also has the vibration because it says DualShock 3. If it didn't have the vibration, it wouldn't say DualShock 3. And I apologize for the light situation here. Try and make it better. But there you go. DualShock 3 and 6-axis. And this is one that I bought for like $5 from some guy. This is a red one, 6-axis DualShock 3. Looks like they're the same model number too. So I'm not sure if that's the original controller with the system. Probably not. Alright, here's the system itself. Decently wrapped. I know this wasn't a long time eBay veteran, so I don't know how well they knew how to package things, but that's just more paper in there. So looking at it here, looks like it is dented right here. I wish the light was better, but let's see. Right there. Looks like it's kind of dirty, so wipe down wouldn't be a bad idea. And it looks like it's got some indents on this side as well. And I just hope that it runs okay, because these are very delicate systems, and when they're tossed around like that, it's a good chance that you might break something. They're so much more complex than like the PS4 or the PS4 Pro or the new Xbox. And there's a lot of components inside of it. It's like overly designed, so you have to be quite careful with these. I'm just trying to get all this wrapping off. More trash over here. Okay. Alright, so this is the system here. And we can see it does have the 4 USB ports, yet they have quite a bit of dust in them, so I'm going to have to get a can of air, spray that out. Luckily I do have that. Here's mine. Mine has a little bit of dust as well, but you can see the difference there. Even though, again, this one's sadly broken and I have to sell it for parts, because I'm not going to try and fix it again. I literally took the thing apart like 3 or 4 times, and if you've ever taken a fat PS3 apart, you know how much of a pain in the ass that is. So, of course, the rotating PlayStation logo, which is random, but I like that. And again, we have, which is covered in dust, compact flash, SD, and memory stick. You know, it couldn't be too much to ask for them to wipe it down before they sell it, but I'm just trying to make a quick buck, I guess. Scratching is not too bad, really. There's just a lot of like resin from the bubble wrap. It left like that rubber stuff. So I'm sure with a wipe down, it would be fine. Either way, a lot of these aren't, you know, they're owned by children and stuff, so they're not taken care of in the best way. So that one's got more, mine's got more scratches than that one, but I'm not really too worried about that. If I wanted to, I could go buy a brand new one still in its original box for like $1,200 or $1,400, but you know, I'm not that rich, so I wish I was. I would do that if I was. And there's a crack here. I think what I'll do is swap it with my old one, because this does come off, this little plastic thing. If you pry it, it'll come off. You can switch them out. And I doubt that that's how it was when it was shipped. I think that's thanks to the post service, but we'll see if it even turns on at this point. A lot of dust in here, so hopefully it hasn't messed anything up. And then again on the back, and I asked her if it had any issues with it turning off, or if there was anything like that going on. She told me that it's owned by her son, but she doesn't believe it has any issues. So hopefully I'm not buying another lemon here. I will send it back if I have to, but ever since my old one broke and I've been doing research on how these break with the yellow light of death and everything, I've been super nervous because I don't want it to happen again. But you know, there's a big possibility of that. These don't have the best reliability. They probably have the worst, other than the red light of death on the 360. This one was manufactured in December of 2006. You can see that right there. It won't focus, but alright, there you go. My other one was made in like November or October of 07 or something like that. So a little bit over or under a year of a difference, but they're, I believe, the same model. I'm not going to check because they're so heavy. They weigh like 12 pounds, but I'm going to go ahead and plug this in now, and I'll change the camera so we can see the TV. And if you're still sticking around at this point, I applaud you. I appreciate that. I know that my rambling is kind of boring, but I appreciate you watching. So now what I'm going to do is put the HDMI, and I have my little TV here that I got in like my birthday a long time ago as a kid, and we will see what happens here. So I'm trying to get everything in the same frame. And I'm filming this in my basement just in case you're curious. I'm going to turn this into a little filming studio and make more videos, hopefully. So it's plugged in through through HDMI and electricity. And I've got Red Dead Redemption. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm going to have to switch the hard drive, and we'll do that in this video as well, so I can get my saved data from the old one. Hopefully the hard drive's still alright. Hopefully this hard drive's still okay. They're only 60 gigs each, and they're pretty primitive, but I'm going to change it out eventually with like a, I don't know if I want to put an SSD because I don't want to spend that much money, but, oh no. Let's see what happens here. I was nervous there for a second because the fan sped up real high and then it turned off, just like my other one. It'll turn on, the fan goes full speed for about 3 or 4 seconds, then the light goes beep 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 beep, and it turns yellow. So this one came right on now. Let's put in a game and see what happens here. And the disk drive took it, no problem. Blu-ray drive, I'm sorry. This is not paired to this, so let's see if we can get it paired. It looks like it's launching that game. And I'm sure, oh yeah, with the PS3 you have to connect the controller through a wire in order to get it to work like that. So I was hoping we wouldn't have to wait for this thing to install. I wanted to see the gameplay, but it looks like it's going to work regardless because of the fact that it's installing it. So I'm just going to plug in this controller here and get it paired. And it looks like it's paired. So, yep, looks like it is paired. I'm just going to wait for this to install. And sorry guys, I'm not editing this, so I'm not going to be able to cut it out. I'm kind of lazy with the whole editing thing, I guess. But it's going pretty quickly, so. And that should have its stock 60 gig hard drive in it. They didn't mention that it was replaced or anything, so I'm just going to swap it with the other one so I can have all my stuff back. And hopefully that's not an issue. I've never really done that on a PlayStation before, but it shouldn't be an issue, I don't think. Unfortunately, mosquitoes are getting me. So yeah, it looks like it's coming up. There's no sound though, so I don't know if the TV's low. Yeah, so there's not any sound. I'm not sure why that is. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with the sound here. Of course, we'll have to quit the game in order to do that, but that's fine. The game works, so that's all I needed to see. I love these capacitive touch buttons on here. It just makes it seem, it makes it seem more premium to me. I really like the design of this system. It's really cool. And I'd love to have a white one from Japan, but those don't play PS2 games. Or I think they might, but it's only through software, so it's not the real thing, and it doesn't support all the games like I was saying. Sorry, I had to shut the door so the mosquitoes would stop biting me. Okay, so we're going to go into sound here. Audio output settings, HDMI, automatic. So this is just a basic TV. It's not going to have, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not going to have like Dolby Digital or anything, so must have been a setting like that. So it seems to be working. It went through hell going through USPS and being banged up like that, but the next step for me is going to be switching out the hard drive. And that should be everything for this video. If y'all want to see any more on it, let me know. If y'all are totally bored with that, let me know too, because I know this video might be kind of boring. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off. Well, what I'm going to do is take the power out. And drain all the power by pressing the power button. Take the HDMI out. So on these, you have to turn off the power brick. So I'm just going to switch it off, just like the old fat PS2 as well. And it's fairly simple to change out the hard drive on these. A lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I had to take that other one apart like 3 or 4 times because it wouldn't work, and I wanted to see if I did it properly and all that. So it's kind of unfortunate. But I'm gonna put these on this bubble wrap because I don't want to scratch it any more than it already is. These are designed to stand up like this. Wow, and this one doesn't have its... For some reason this is coming off like this. It's not supposed to do that, so... It's probably been open before, because you can see here that this is cracked. And there's a certain metal tab that's missing. Right here. You put this metal tab in, and then there's a screw that goes down here, and it's supposed to hold it in place. I don't know if it broke off or what happened, but it is, it's not supposed to slide off like that. This one, I lost the screw for it after taking it off so many times. But what's interesting is this warranty sticker is still on here. doesn't look like it's been removed, even though it possibly could have. It says void if it does. So that's kind of interesting, but that's fine as long as it's not being moved. It's not going to fall off or anything. And like I said, I only paid $130 for this, or 100 and with shipping and everything, close to 150. But that's fine because, like I said, these are kind of expensive even now. They're just so collectible, and I can see why, because of what they can do and how cool they are. There's a lot of awesome PS3 games you can't get on PC, and like Red Dead Redemption for reference. So I've got this one here. Hopefully it won't fall over and break. So that one is the one I just bought, and this one is the one that's unfortunately not working. I really got hours of fun from this thing when I had it working, you know, like 5 years ago. I used to play it every day. Because it was the only way you could play GTA 5, and I wanted to play it, even though I didn't like it as much as the older ones, but it's the only way you can play it, really. So on these, all you have to do is just pop this up here. Do it even with your fingernail. Hard disk drive. Everything is translucent on these. It's hard to notice like here, but all the plastics in these are totally translucent, which is kind of interesting. And then again, you just pry off. I have to get rid of the mosquitoes. There's hundreds of them. That's what happens when you live in South Texas. Alright, and then so we're just going to unscrew this little screw here. It's a little blue screw on each one. That just loosens it so you can pull it out. Very simple screw to get off. And forgot to check if there was any downloads on this one, but you know, I really don't care because either way, I only want physical copies. So you slide it, I don't know if you saw that, but it's in place. Slide it to the right, facing it, and then you should be able to pull up. And I forgot about the bracket, but oh well, I don't need to change the bracket because they're identical either way, but it does have a bracket on it. Just these 4 screws here, and then you should be able to switch it out. And I had stuck my warranty sticker on here just for safekeeping, but you can see here 60 gigs. Doesn't have a year on it, but it's probably from 06 or 07. And maybe, it should be the same brand. That's a Sergey. It should be the same brand in this one. We've only got 5 minutes to wrap this up, so I'm trying to be kind of quick about it. Alright, so on this, same thing. Slide to the right and pull up. And wow, look at the dust in there. Look at that dust. I have never seen that much dust in anything before. So I might just take that one apart just so I can clean the dust out of it, because that's ridiculous. It's not going to run at it's going to hurt it if it runs like that, you know. That's ridiculous. That's so much dust. So I don't get these mixed up. So yeah, this is the one that just came out of that one, and I'm just going to throw that in here so I can sell it with a hard drive. And we're going to take this one, and it's going to be the same thing. There's just clumps of dust in here. Just all in the hard drive bay. Like all through the heat pipes and everything. Like you can see it coming up like smoke when you touch it. That's kind of gross. So anyway, it just slides in and to the left. Push that tab down. I'm not going to put the screw back in yet because I'm going to spray this out. There's so much dust in it, it's ridiculous. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on again just to make sure that that hard drive is working in here. And that'll be pretty much the conclusion of this video. So I'm going to lay it flat. Either way, you can stand it up too. I think I'll just stand it up. I like it when it stood up. It looks pretty cool like that. HDMI and power 'em. And hopefully it will start up on this hard drive. Let's find out. So I need to turn the power, whatever it's called, on and back again. Yeah, it's always that suspenseful moment while you're waiting. And she starts right up. I always like the old logo better. I don't know if you saw the launch logo. I like the Spider-Man style thing. The system storage must be formatted. Do you want to format? No, I don't. I want to keep my stuff, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll have to figure that out and possibly make another video on it. But it does work, which is awesome. I hope this wasn't too long. If it was, I hope you stuck through it, and let me know if you did. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see, if you want to see anything else. I'm trying to keep making more videos now that I have a little bit more free time. I'm trying to get back into the whole YouTube thing. If you haven't already seen some of my old videos, check them out. You might like them. Apple stuff, all kinds of stuff really. G4 Cube, iMac G3, iBook G3, a lot of cool stuff like that. So if you're interested in all that kind of stuff at all, feel free to check out my old videos from maybe like almost like 5 years ago now. But thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.